This is Richard back at you guys, and Teresa's with us today. We've got a few people to be thanking. We are very excited. Annie's very excited. We want to thank Dabby for some treats for Annie and a little, looks like a little.
It's a Kong ball. It's a treat.
It's a treat.
You put treats in it.
Oh, is that what they do?
Yes.
Well, that is so neat. And we want to thank you definitely for what was inside. Annie has a bank account now. Thank you very much. Anyway, she can go shopping anyway. That is so awesome. We really want to thank you very much. Well, also, we want to thank Barry. Barry, we always love color around here. I mean, red, white, blue, whatever we just love color around here. We want to thank you very much. We can have one on each table now. That way I'm not hunting them. But we're excited to get these from you, Barry. Thank you very much. And Teresa?
And he'll still be hunting those.
And I'll still be hunting these, definitely, by the way. Well, also, we want to thank Roy, some very wonderful people that stopped by and took a picture with us. And they photoed it and framed it and sent it back to us so we can hang it on the wall. We want to really thank these people. They're really wonderful people that stopped in to visit with us.
Also sent us some really nice phrases. We appreciate that also.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you very much.
We want to thank you guys.
I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you, by the way.
Yes.
Really nice people.
Yes, very nice people. Well, guys, we're going to shut the camera down for a second, maybe, or are we going to try to swap?
We're just going to swap.
Okay, well, let's just swap then.
And then Trent can take this stuff.
Okay, I can just take this.
Y'all have a great day. I got some work to do.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a good one, huh?
And we want to give a shout out to this guy. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Okay, come over here so they can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, so we had a gentleman call from New Jersey. His name is Mo from Auto Service. Really cool guy. Told us, he loves our videos. Kind of gave us a few opinions, pointers of what everybody wants to see. We're going to try to do what we can, but thanks for calling, Mo. We appreciate it. It's good to talk to you on the phone.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
That's awesome.
Pretty awesome, guys. We're really getting out there really far. It's a lot of people stay up sometimes until the middle of the night just so they can talk to us during the daytime here. It's really exciting. Well, anyway, guys, excuse me. We got Jacob's tranny back in the house. We're going to be doing some valve body stuff with it. He had a custom valve body built. I believe that'll lock up manually and stuff like that. But we're going to go back through the tranny, see if there's been any damage done to it. He doesn't have a lot of miles on it, he says, but I've seen some things that I don't like already, so I don't really know what's going on. We still have our output speed sensor. Really wasn't nothing on it. But when I get over here, mainly my concern is the blistering of the paint around the pump. Now this tells me here that this pump was getting very hot enough to blister that paint. So I'm curious to get the pump apart. This is a 48RE style transmission. So very heavy. We are looking for parts like crazy for these type of transmission.
The tail housing.
Yes. 2-wheel drive tail housings right now for Dodge diesels. There's one on eBay right now. Did we buy it yet, Teresa?
I don't know.
I actually put it in my basket to buy it, but I need to buy it today because we have one out there that has a cracked housing under here, and we definitely want to get that before we lose it.
Because there are none to be had.
I've been calling all over the world trying to find one. You notice all my bolts had silicone around them.
Yeah.
Every one of them did. You want to always double seal these things. Okay, guys, what do we want to use? Let's take the blue. I think that's going to be pretty good. Get that silicone out of the way. Now we're going to take the cover off of our snap ring that supports the overdrive section So a massive bearing back here. Okay. I believe we got all the bolts out. Looks like we do. Kind of get in here and give it a little pry. So I got a bigger screwdriver here. Some of them come pretty easy, some of them don't. Especially when you got all brand new bushings and everything, everything's gonna be nice and tight. Got a really nice billet shaft here in the back of there. Now we're gonna get in here and look at our overdrive clutches and see what we have back here. See what they look like. Still look really nice, like they've never used them. The steels look brand new. We have our backing plate that's been machined, so we can add an extra clutch to overdrive. And we also leave the wavy snap ring out down here. There'll be two snap rings. There'll be a wavy one. Normally I would take out first, and then we'd take this flat one out. But when you add this plate, you leave the wavy snap ring out and just add the plate, and then you add another clutch and steel on the end of it. So, I said he said it doesn't have very many miles on it, so, but I'm not sure exactly what he does with this thing. I know he don't baby it, but who knows. We have our overdrive section here. Everything looks good, like it's been getting oil, so kind of going back to wondering about this pump, why that pump looks like that. And we got our overdrive piston back here. This does have the short rings in it. Seals, excuse me, on the overdrive part. Pretty easy to identify how short these are compared to the rest of them. Now on your forward piston, the seal looks just like this, but the inner seal part is taller, so you don't want to get them mixed up. I just always remember short seals, overdrive housing. And we have our band adjustment here. Now he was having issues with second gear, I believe, so I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, pull the pan, see if I see anything there.
You kind of talk to him about why we don't do rebuild videos, Richard.
Oh, I can tell you guys, the time we get in some of these trannies, it's mind-boggling what it takes to build these. Especially, we do a lot of high horsepower stuff, so clearances and stuff like that make such a big difference on these units. And being able to add clutches and stuff like that, knowing how to do that type of stuff. So, pan looks really nice. Really clean. Now, we've already got the valve body off over here. I believe he could have sent it off and had a fully manual capability style valve body built for it. But that's the valve body over there in the bag that we will be putting back on it. And we have our band clearance right here. Feels really good. Normally you can get the tip of your finger under there. It is pretty close. I mean, it's right there on the adjustment part of it. So we got aftermarket anchors both sides. Let me get my air blower and blow some air in there and make sure the band applies good.
Okay, what do you mean by aftermarket?
The anchors they're a lot thicker. through here where the factory ones are really thin, you can see that one there, how it's really thick on the bottom side of it.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See? And this one's thicker here too. Now you got to be careful. If you put that in upside down and you put this side here up, when you bolt the valve body down, it hits it. And you don't realize it because it's really close, but it does hit it. So, but I'm going to come in here and apply some air to here real quick and just make sure our lever moves. Now you can see second gear should work with no problem. The band works instantly with a little bit of air. Instantly. So now we have our reverse here. You're going to put some air on here. You see that working. These bands are really big, and that's why you'd think it's loose, but it's not. It just adjustments on these is like 3 turns. So
One more time so they can see.
it just looks like it moves a lot, but it doesn't. It's just you got a lot of area here that's got to get open where it doesn't burn the band up. It's got to have a lot of play in it, basically. So.
I was just afraid I was going to be squirting.
Nope. We have our intermediate accumulator here too. And you can see here it has a spring on the end. Normally that spring there is to cushion the downshift. When you leave this one out, it's a lot firmer upshift. But when you do the type of valve body we're doing here, when you mess with this accumulator on firming up second gear, you can have a harsh downshift when you come to a stop. So that's why they kind of soften the accumulator going back the other direction. So, pretty neat.
That's a pretty color red.
Yep. Our band adjustment nut here off. Get our band adjustment. Now, anytime you put a cooler on one of these units, the cooler has to go in the rear cooler line. Here, it does. This is the fluid coming out of the torque converter, going forward, and then this is the oil coming out of the cooler, come back to the tranny. Is this one here? It comes back as cold lubricating oil. So that's why you always want your cooler there. Of course, you see your real beefy. Now, we're going to air check the forward and the third gear drum real quick. I like to do it like this because when you blow air in here, it's capable of lifting all the shafts up here, and sometimes it can cut the sealing ring on the third gear drum apply. So what this does is this will lift up pretty far, see? So when I apply forward clutch, sometimes it'll pick that drum up like that. Then I don't want it to do that. But so the weight of it tries to hold it down. But I can come in here and I can blow air in there, and then I can apply the direct clutch and the forward clutch different times. Do you hear that? Now that's going to be the third gear clutch. This can be your forward. But see how it tried to lift it up just then? Now I don't want to do that again because we'll cut a ring in here. And it's a shift kit ring, and the only way I can get that ring is about another shift kit. But that's how you can tell. Third, and then your forward is your next one over. But as long as you hold down the shaft, it won't lift it up. But if you don't, or if you lay it on the bench sideways and you air check it, then it's capable of lifting that shaft up and cutting that forward sealing ring. Beautiful, beautiful billet shaft. Really nice looking. I know everybody wants to get into this pump just like me. I want to see what's going on here. What could have happened. So this is something new for me to see. I've never had one come in with paint blistered off the pump. So I don't know. It won't be a tranny issue. It'll be some type of cooling issue possibly or something is what I'm thinking. You know, just not enough cooling. Now this was a remanufactured pump, I believe, when we bought it because of the pump was bad or something in there, if I'm not mistaken. Now you can see here we got a brand new bushing, still looks really nice in here. You see little spots like here, that's normal stuff like that. And we do have your Teflon high pressure sealing rings for your third gear. I see some heat occurring right here. And I'm seeing, okay, well, I already know what happened. This tranny is locked down. It's making so much pump pressure. What it did is it pushed the pump sideways.
Yep.
See? Mm-hmm. These constant pressure valve bodies, we see a problem with that. And it's not it's kind of lack of lubrication because they don't have nowhere in this pump to put oil on the back side of this gear anywhere in this circuitry. So I'm going to have to look in here something. On the next pump, I'm going to try to get in here maybe and run me a hole off our pressure side and try to come in here and maybe worm track something through here and try to get some oil on the back side of this gear maybe. I'm going to have to get in here and do some research on how we can try to eliminate what's going on. But you can see it's just definitely lack of lubrication. I mean, it boiled the fluid. I don't think it's not low on oil because of the fact is that we don't have no burnt clutches or anything like that yet that I can see. It's just high pump pressure, shoving the gear one side and creating a lot of heat that way, and that's why you just see that cooking like that. Now we see it in 400s when we put trans brakes on them. We see it in power glides when we put trans brakes on them when they try to drive them on the highway, you know, and stuff, long distance cruises and stuff like that. We just see them kill the pumps. But you know, this one here, same way, high pressure valve body. So, and actually we're putting another one back on it, so we got to figure out something. You can see the markings on the drum here, just shadows. We can Scotch Brite that up, put another bushing in there. See what type of clutches we got in here. Looks like we got a bunch of them. You can see here he put the hurt on them. So once that pump started dying, like this here started dying, we started losing pump pressure. Then here goes our clutches and stuff like that. So, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clutches in high gear, and here we go. We have our intermediate band. Now it survived. A little dark on the tips, maybe a little bit, but I mean it's still there. Now we have our billet forward input shaft and drum here. Still looks really nice. It's crazy what a little bit of something can do to a transmission when you run them on fluid. And you can see here these are starting to discolor too. Some are lighter than the others. A 4 clutch high gear and this tranny is very strong. Very strong. You know, us not putting this unit in and looking at pressures and stuff like that, there's no telling what type of pressures these units have. I mean, you can't just sit here and set it on the bench. You got to put a gauge on it, see if you like it, change it if you can, if you need to, or, you know, stuff like that. Because, you know, even trans brake valve bodies and stuff, they vary pressures when you put them together, you know. And here we have our forward clutch piston here. Now, this one here I was telling you about, it's got the long lip seal here that looks like your overdrive one. You got to be careful. You can get these mixed up. I mean, I've seen guys do it, so pretty simple. Nice billet input shaft. We have a selective washer here. This is adjustable to get your clearances right. washer still looks like brand new. Planet looks really nice. Give me some snap ring pliers real quick. I'm going to get down in here and look at some things. Now this washer here is selective too. So they make 3 different thicknesses of these. Oops. Get in here. The load washer still looks good. Not broke in yet. So you want to look at all your gears, your pins, see if there's any discoloring. Looks good in there. Now these don't have a bushing in here. You have this little plastic washer. There is no bushing in there. So see what all of our washers look like. Wow. Look at that load washer.
Doesn't look good.
Nope. And this is why, I'll tell you why that washer looks that bad. And it's because of the pump going bad. And once your fluid out of your pump goes bad, it goes in the converter, comes out of your cooling system, and then goes right directly into these thrust washers. The lubrication from your cooler comes through the back here and cools all this gear train back here in the back. Look at that. Now that's amazing why this one looks different than this one, but that's how it looks. One got more metal than the other. Look at this shaft, no damage on it. Scotch brite this up a little bit, clean it up, still looks really nice. Same way with the sun gear, when I look at it, make sure it still looks good. Both sides, washers. Like I say, once this thing started losing lubrication, pumps started going down, started circulating metal and stuff like that back to the cooling system, I mean, they just don't stand a chance. I mean, that's, you know, it probably needs a gauge put on it right off the bat. And when we do carryouts like this, you know, people don't understand, you know, we cannot set pressures. We don't have a dyno here to do that. So we just can't do it. I mean, the shift kits that we put in there puts it to and from, and that's where it should be. I mean, that's how they sell them out the door to people at home to do them, stuff like that. Now here at the shop, you know, we can put a gauge on it and see physically what is going on. So, got a little sprite assembly, and that's what people should do. I mean, tuning. I mean, we're watching guys kill transmissions left and right tuning vehicles. If you don't know what you're doing, you can tune a transmission right out of a transmission. I mean, a car right out of a transmission. I mean, just because you put heads and cam and make your motor stronger, and now you get in there and try to tune your tranny and make it stronger, and now you raise your pressure so high that because you don't have a gauge on it, you just blew the seals plumb out of the transmission. Or you went in there and you lowered the pressure so much that you dropped it so much that it burnt your transmission up because you don't know how to get on the laptop and send data and have a pressure gauge on it to watch it to see physically what it's doing. Well, believe it or not, we have all that equipment here. We've got the latest technology in scanners, gauges. Trent is a genius. Teresa's a genius. I'm a genius. I mean, you put all 3 of us together, we are a team. Believe me, we're a team. So, but anyway, tuning is an issue. Yes, we had to get that off my chest. Because guys, we're just having issues with tuning. It's coming in the door daily. We put a gauge on transmissions after we do them. They got pressures beyond pressures because somebody went in there, and then we got to go in there and straighten it up. So we're just seeing a lot of failures now that way. Got some really nice servos here. Dual rings. Now this could be a solid servo. The ones physically that's in here has a cushion built into it. This is probably solid. And then you can see they I drove a sleeve in there to shrink it on that one end to give it more surface area to apply. So this thing's coming up. When they shrunk this, it gave it more area for the fluid to come in here and push that up to apply that band. Pretty smart, huh, guys? Now the reverse one should have the stock stuff in it, as far as I know. I don't remember from when I built it before, but the new kit that we're putting in it does come with different springs in different areas. I believe we might even block this and change some stuff. So we got our hands full again on straightening something out and getting it working good. So guys, I want to thank you for definitely watching the show. We really enjoy you doing it. Teresa, you know you enjoy videoing, huh? I told you guys she enjoys it. Annie, she's something.
I'm not answering the phone.
Yeah, she's something. And Annie's going to enjoy the gift. She's going to go to PetSmart and do her shopping spree. And we really appreciate that too, guys. Y'all don't forget to subscribe. There's a ton more show to come. Y'all have a great day.